Welcome to Policy and Profit, the podcast for ambitious insurance agents and agency owners who want to build predictable, profitable businesses without chasing bad leads or begging for referrals. And did you know the average insurance agent makes $52,000 a year and over 90% give up in their first year? The top 1%, not 10, the top 1% doing anything with their license are making 5 to 10 times as much working the exact same policies, selling anywhere, earning anywhere between $150,000 a year and $500,000 per year. And it's not luck, it's leverage. The secret is that they are following a system to generate fresh hot leads, book appointments, and close policies like clockwork. I've put together a no-cost blueprint for that same system that shows you how to add an additional $5,000 to $25,000 in additional monthly income in under 90 days that you can access for free. Just go to writemorepolicies.com/blueprint or click the link in the description. Today's guest is Kody Houk. He's the founder of Prime Risk Insurance Solutions and Real Insurance Training, where he helps contractors protect their businesses and teaches insurance agents how to sell with discipline, focus, and real results. Kody, welcome to the show. Tell me something you believe is the key to succeeding in insurance sales that most agents completely overlook.
Great to be here, Mason. And that is a hell of a question, man. I will tell you this, you have to enter into this space in a mindset that it is 10 times harder than you think it's going to be. And even coming in with that mindset, it is still 10 times harder than that. And you got to realize that every day and know that this is a damn grind. It is not for the weak, and you are going to bust your ass to be successful in this industry.
Yeah, that's something that you have to learn is how to measure properly. Unfortunately, most people's comparison, and when I say by measurement, is your measurement of success. You see, most of you are going to get your license and say, I'm an agent, everyone's going to come line up to do business with me. And if that's your game plan, prepare, like you might as well sell yourself a policy for your own funeral, my dear friend, because that's not how business works.
Mm.
And so go into more of that. Why is this grossly underestimated by insurance agents? I'm under the opinion that when you see some jackass rent a Lambo or take pictures in front of cars that are not theirs and market as theirs, you get a false notion of success. So go into that. Why do they underestimate it?
I think people, one, man, you just hit the nail on the head right there with a lot of these young cats trying to come in here and think that they're king shit and throw all their stuff up all over the internet that they're wildly successful. Number two, people don't understand that when most agents talk about their size of book of business and somebody says, I have a $2 million book, typically they're talking about premium volume, not understanding that that is not taking into account that they're making 10% commission on that, have 3 staff working for them, a physical office location, marketing, E&O, AMS technology. And at the end of the day, they're probably in that metric where you just said they're taking home $40,000 or $50,000 a year if they're lucky. And
Yeah, that's
the
cool.
the the
That's cool if
measurement,
that's what you want.
the measurements of, like you said, success is just grossly misrepresented here. I love that you threw some numbers out about what 1% agents make, because that is something about that is a metric that hit me over the head with a ton of bricks when I started looking into this. And I'm specifically talking about the P&C space. I know that a lot of your listeners you guys talk about life insurance space a lot, financial products, things like that. I'm specifically talking about the P&C side, where 60+% of agencies that exist in the United States as a total are doing less than $500,000 of revenue. And
Yeah,
that
that's
is
nothing. That's nothing.
wild. That is only 10% that make over $1.25 million a year as a
Yeah, a
business
million
as a
dollars
whole.
is not a lot.
It's not, especially when you've built a shitty agency with shitty clients that are service heavy and your profitability on those accounts is next to nothing. When I
I,
hear that the industry average for profitability in an agency is 30%, that blows my freaking mind.
Yeah, and the profitability you're talking about is just enough for them to pay their bills on time and maybe go on an extra vacation. I I'm talking about if you guys want to live a life where you don't have to order food from the right-hand side of the menu, you know where the prices are, but you get to order off the left-hand side of, like my first year I crossed $1 million in take home, not gross revenue, but bottom line take home after taxes. I remember going to a conference. I was like, "Yeah, I made a million." And someone said, "Wow, you're about to experience what real money feels like." And I said, "Hold up, I made $1 million," and I had to humble myself. And they're like, "Hold up, you're telling me there's a level where $1 million is not a lot of money? That's the life I want to live." And unfortunately, that requires you to burn a lot of relationships, sacrifice. You can't build 10 half-built bridges. You have to go all in on one, and you pay the price of being wrong. There's a lot of ego that you have to get rid of. I'm so glad that you're talking about this finally because it's so grossly underestimated. It makes me sick to my stomach when 8%, great, that's 8%, but 99% of the 8% don't make shit. They make just
Yep.
enough to keep doing it another month. So let's just be real. So, Cody, something I know you're really passionate about is this whole idea of why most insurance agents stay broke, so this fits in, and how to fix it. What's like, talk to us about that, please.
I think we just hit the tip of it right there, man, is that agents get so caught up in their premium numbers because that's how they were trained that they just go write premium at all cost. Not
Yeah.
understanding that the number one KPI that I think every agency should be focusing on is revenue per client. You have to maximize your revenue per client.
Yeah, your LTV, your lifetime value. How can I get as much? Your customers are renewable financial resources. And here's a general rule of thumb I've never heard anyone mention in the insurance world. You can expect to get 10% of your customer's annual salary to get them to spend that with you if you're a good agent,
Mm,
which
mm.
is if you know here's the thing, if you want to make $100,000 from a customer, go find people who make $1 million a year. So simple. Yet you market to poor people who can't afford you, and you think something's wrong with you when they tell you they can't afford it. They're telling you the truth. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. It's the customer's fault, Kody. Come on. So,
Well, from
what's your
from the
solution on
PNC
this? How do you
from the
get more revenue per
PNC
client?
from the PNC side, man, you have a lot of agencies that they're so personal lines heavy. And the average revenue per client on the personal line side is $250. By the time you pay a producer their commission on that, you've paid for the lead cost, you pay to service that all year, you pay taxes on that account, you pay to renew it, you've made nothing on that account at all. You might break even, you're probably going to lose money having that person as a client. Whereas to how I've structured my agency, we're commercial heavy, 100% commercial. We sold our personal lines book back in December. All we do is commercial now. We actually have two separate agencies. One of them focuses on contractors. And in that agency, our average revenue per client is $4,000 compared to $250 on a typical everyday agency. Our profitability is stupid. And because of the way we've structured the book, we have our ideal client profile down. We know how to market to them. We know where they spend their time on social. We can reach them organically without going heavy paid ads because of how we market to them on social. And we've built the prospecting foundation to make sure we're getting in front of our ideal client all the time. Man, we have, like I said, average revenue per client, $4,000 right now. We have 123 clients in the agency right now. We're just a little over 500,000 of revenue in 2 years because we completely rebuilt the book. And man, that puts me up in that top 40% that I've made that in 2 years.
Well, and then when we go into advertising, because I see the parrot repeating the parrot that heard it from another parrot of buy more leads, trust the system, source is trust me, bro. And I just can't fucking stand that. So the fact that you know some marketing stuff, I didn't, man, I'll tell you, once you guys figure out what Kody and I are talking about, you'll know that your leads should not be coming from lead vendors. If my first year, I started advertising in email newsletters to people who bought fishing lures and hunting magazines, and I'd pay $3 per lead, and they're like, I love you, man. And that was my audience. I could sell the ever living shit out of them because that's who I grew up around. I know my people. And they're like, how are you writing so much premium? And not only that, how are you making so? When I told them, they're like, well, we can't have you train the company because they're going to stop buying leads. And so a lot of you agents are your IMO's best customers. Kody, how do you recommend that they stop being broke? Like, what's your solution on how to fix this?
You know, man, it is get focused, understand who your ideal client is, what that demographic looks like. As you said, if you got to get them to spend 10% of their income with you, you got to know what the hell their income is and do the market research, figure out if you're in the personal line side or that life and health financial services side, what zip codes do you need to be targeting with an average income medium? Right? We can just translate this across any sector of business that we want. For me in the contractor space, these guys got to be doing at least $1 million of revenue, have a couple employees. I love the general contractors and roofing space. I know that I've got services that I bring value up and above beyond policy placement. to those niches, which that is huge right there. You have to become a subject matter expert in who the hell it is that you're selling to. And then you have to put together a focused plan of action and you can't deviate from it, man. And that's where these guys get so much in trouble and so overhead heavy is chasing shiny object bullshit and niche jumping all the time that they want to go buy $1,000 pieces of technology, $1,000 monthly commitments because somebody tells them they can go sit on the beach and this shit's going to sell insurance for them while they're there. And they're full of shit. You have to put your
This
nose to the
whole
grindstone and go do the work.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slap up a fucking Facebook ad and get all the IUL clients in America. Sorry, my dear friend, go pick up any economics book. Your competition isn't other agents. It's Netflix. It's Rolls-Royce. It's Pornhub. If you think anyone in their right mind wants to talk to you, of all people, about insurance, you're sadly, grossly mistaken. My people didn't want to talk to me about insurance. I had to distract their conscious mind long enough to have a conversation about what's going to happen, the consequences of how they're going to feel if they don't provide for their family with an insurance policy. And it's you get paid to have tough conversations as an agent. If you suck at having them, go find a job. This is just not going to work out for you. Congrats, I just saved you chargeback debt and burning relationships. So, what would you say your number one superpower is in your agency, Kody? Just out of curiosity.
You know, man, I just,
Like
I have,
and I'm just gonna tell you, brag on yourself, please, because I genuinely like hearing this stuff. This is for me here.
man, I've developed, and kind of what I just said, I've developed just an ability to say no to everything that isn't in line with what I'm
Ding, ding, ding! I was waiting for you to bring that out.
that is what it is. If it does not fit exactly what I'm doing, get out of my damn face. I don't even want to hear it. Like I don't want to go to insurance conferences because all they are is shiny object shit shows that everybody's going to try to sell you something. They're going to tell you you're going to be irrelevant without it, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. Part two is that so many agencies on the PNC side focus so heavily on, oh man, I've got to get my retention numbers from 87 to 91%. Well, you know what? You'd make a lot more fucking money if you quit worrying about that and just lived at that 87 and went and sold 6 more policies this month. Focus on sales. It will grow your book a hell of a lot faster than worrying about increasing retention 2 or 3%. And,
It's
and
so
what you're
funny.
losing is probably clients that you don't want in your fucking book anyways.
Yeah, I hear. Let me know if you've ever heard this. That I need more leads. I need more customers. Hey, have you tried selling to the same person twice, 3 times? What a concept! What a
Yep.
concept, right?
Yep, for sure, man.
How about instead of chasing new customers, you worry about the ones you already fucking got? How about that, buddy? But my upline, I don't care. Your upline's broke. Okay? Your upline's broke. He's poor.
I
Stop
I
listening.
I think another piece of that, man, is learn, and it kind of encompasses both aspects of that, is learning to say no more than you say yes. If the client doesn't fit your service that you provide or your ideal client profile or your revenue per client standard that you've set for your agency or your niche, just because an opportunity is there doesn't mean you should take it. We refer so much business out from inbound stuff that we get because they're not contractors. They don't fall within the blue collar space. And I'm not going to cause brand confusion that I've worked so hard to build by entertaining opportunities that don't fit what we do.
Yeah, and why I love the word no so much, because I think it's just a human thing in general right now, is anyone below the age of 30 typically has personal communication issues, interpersonal communication issues at that, and they don't know how to properly set boundaries, and all you do
Yep.
is say the word no. You just don't, hey, come to this wedding. I don't like you. I don't want to go to your wedding. You don't have to people please. You can say no. And the word no creates boundaries. And people think freedom exists. No, boundaries are what gives you freedom to operate inside of. You don't just cross the street without looking. You set that boundary, and then you know you're not going to get fucking ran over like a moron. So then
Yep.
you're then I don't know, you're alive to enjoy another day. So you're welcome. Me and Kody kept you alive for another day. So it, it blows my mind. It really does. So agents are worried about shiny objects because that's what gets us into the industry, right? We see the nice car, we're saying, well, I can't get that in my job. And so we become insurance agents because typically things are fucked. I don't know
Yeah.
about you. I didn't come into insurance because of a good reason. It was like, things are terrible, Kody.
I'll tell you this, man, that aside from the stuff like the cars and shit, the new one that I see that agents think they get some damn trophy for how many pieces of tech that they can buy and duct tape together with Zapier and N8N and all of these different programs. And then they want to go spend their entire day seeing how they can duct tape shit together rather than making sales. And it's ridiculous.
Over here with Bob the Builder and the glue. It's like, I've got a CRM. It's like, you've got a clusterfuck, my
How
friend.
much money did that make you today?
Zero. Guys, you have to know the business you're really in. And that's just a conversation for another day because I have a feeling the fact me and Kody laugh so much is just I have a feeling you and I are probably going to be pretty good friends in the near future. So, like, listen, this has been fantastic. This has been really valuable for the agents and agency owners listening who want to learn more about what you do. Tell us who's a good fit to work with you, and more importantly, how can they get in touch with you, Kody?
Yeah, man. I'm for the insurance space, brother. I just want to be a resource for agents that are looking to get out of that personal lines grind and shift more heavily towards building a commercial book that is going to be higher revenue, less clients, less service work, and at the end of the day, more money in your pocket as the agency owner while focusing on providing a super high level of service for your clients. That's really what we do. If you guys want to check out some free training that I have available, you can go to therealresources.com. I've got a bunch of my top free trainings that are there for you guys. Go check that shit out, take it, run. There's cold call scripts. There's all kinds of shit on there that you can use to start prospecting. And you can connect with me on any social media platform, Facebook, Instagram. Most of my insurance agency growth content is actually over on LinkedIn. So just my name, man, Kody Houk.
Yeah, so you guys will find him down below. I'll post all of your links, Kody, and down below in the description. So we're going to wrap up here. You guys go say thanks in the comments to Kody for sharing his insights on why most agents stay poor, and we gave you some solutions on how to eat from the left-hand side of the menu today rather than the right one. So for those of you interested learning about what Kody does, his training, go to realresources.com. Go message him down below. It's the easiest thing. Go check out the description. Don't be lazy. Read. I know you haven't done that in a while, so you're welcome. And if you'd like to be a guest on Policy and Profit, we're always looking for insurance agents and agency owners who are doing at least 10K a month in commissions and have unique strategies to share. You can apply at the link down below in the description. And one more time, if you want to stop chasing leads and start booking qualified appointments with people who actually want to buy insurance, grab our free booked and banked blueprint at writemorepolicies.com/blueprint. Until next time, keep that commission machine building. Peace out, party people. Kody, you crushed it, dude. Thank you.